Kurt's work is very much about this idea of what is permanent and what is discarded, what we value, what we label as historic, and what we label as discardable. These ideas run through all of his work, both the reproduction of the Treeby building as well as the other structures, many of which we have decided not to keep here in Buffalo and now regret.
So the work I'm doing for Buffalo Art Studio kind of follows along the lines that I have been working with the material of plastic canvas, which is a cheap craft material, normally used for making tissue box covers, wall decorations, things like that. So since there's a history of using it for architectural forms, kind of kitschy architectural forms, I'm using it for different kinds of architectural forms, much more complicated architectural forms than it's normally used for, on a much larger scale than it's normally used for. And I think that's a part of the work, is that something that's normally used for something that might sit on your desk is turned into a really big exhibition, very large buildings. What I had been working with for a long time, and it's still something that interests me, is architecture that has been torn down, demolished, changed. So when I was approached to do a show for Buffalo Art Studio and talked about, the Treeby building and things like that, I decided to do constructions and buildings that were all Buffalo specific. So looking at architecture and how it changes is really how I approached it. Sometimes that can lead to a large scale, kind of larger than I'm kind of expecting, but I have that space to work with in Buffalo Art Studio, so I figured this was a time to kind of work a little bit larger than I normally do.